Welcome back to Utility Unit. In this episode of Chrome extensions, I present to you my favorite ones for mental health. I don't feel you'll have a need to download any other extension to help your mental health as long as you have these 5 in your browser. On my list in this episode is Coffee Links. I especially recommend this extension to those who love coffee since that's what it is centered around. Coffee Links mainly acts as a cute mini journal and mood tracker. Every day, you basically write how you feel and then add an emoticon to go with it. Darker coffees symbolize grumpiness, whereas milkier ones are for happy days. It'll then lead you to a page where you can review your mood and thoughts for each day over the year. To delete or edit an entry, just right-click the box to lock it in its place and continue. To unlock it, right-click again. A nice way, as you can see, to visualize your mood history and play around with the patterns like art, but there are no further analytics involved, like no recommendations on how to better your day, no description of your average or most frequent mood. Pretty minimalistic, to say the least. Talking of minimalism, as you can see, its font size is also super small, and it's got like 3 dead buttons back here. Plus, it can be quite frustrating to use if you're not acquainted with it, as you won't really know what and where you should click to get the extension to do what you want. Not to mention, it fails to present a proper range of emotions. I mean, just because I was tired doesn't mean I was sad. Maybe a bit more customization would be good as well, because some people link stronger coffees to positivity rather than stress. In any case, a coffee-based theme has a lot of potential, I feel. I just wish they had a plus sugar button to make you feel better, for example. But what differentiates extensions like Coffee Links is their creativity, which cheers you up. Next comes Bliss. It's technically not a downloadable extension anymore, and the reason why I'm able to use it as an extension now is because I installed it a year ago. But even if it's not available on the Chrome Web Store currently, you can always download it in the App Store or Google Play Store. You may also bookmark their website, bliss31.com, and visit it from time to time. Bliss has a simple yet powerful structure. They're only a bunch of small writing exercises, but doing them makes so much difference, trust me. Check it out for yourself. I mean, once you click on an exercise, they briefly let you know about its significance, and even during writing, they'll guide you on what to do like a mother. I only use Bliss when I'm feeling extra low, but if you intend to use it on a regular basis, you can also turn on notifications. Bliss has been enormously helpful to me as it took my focus away from what I didn't have to all the great things I did have but have been taking for granted so far. For instance, the best possible future exercise reminds me of what I can be and how. Reading through my previous entries from gratitude, and even could be worse, they just make me feel lucky and hopeful in my lowest times, and as you can see, I can also edit them whenever I want. The honoring people exercise has even made me kinder and more respectful towards others, which is very effective, I feel, because the developers understand that social relationships are very strong predictors of psychological well-being. On the other hand, the meaning in work section has tempted me to find meaning in the most trivial things. Even my happy memories seem sweeter now because of the aspects about it that the savoring section suggested me to reflect on. The other ones redefine my purpose. Frankly, Bliss is my religion. Unlike other extensions that only focus on your mind, this one accounts for all determinants of your mood, from things to people. Amazing at curing depression if you can't afford psychotherapy. If a point system motivates you to succeed, install the Mindful Self-Discipline extension today. It quantifies your good and bad actions to give you an objective measure of your progress. Write your aspiration and then formulate a SMART goal that will contribute to it. For those of you who don't know, SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely, the characteristics of an effective goal. I really like this setting because it even accounts for the negative side of the coin. Most self discipline programs only focus on the positive stuff you did, no matter how little it was, and they ignore all the remaining actions you performed in your time. Focusing on the positive is not bad, but when it comes to discipline, I feel you just need to be a bit honest and hard on yourself. You need to pay just as much attention to your negative actions and face some consequences following that so you don't repeat them again. No need to punish yourself like a police, but at least record the useless and harmful things you've been doing. Taking a chill break here and there, like watching a movie or going to a spa, won't be useless as long as it helps you stay sane, because that ensures you possess a mental state that makes it easier for you to achieve your goal. However, overdoing activities like this does count as negative, even if you already finished the tasks you needed to finish. If you're not on vacation or something and done with everything early and are left with way more free time than you were supposed to, don't just waste it away. Set bonus tasks for yourself. Remember, too much freedom always brings trouble as time passes. If you let counterproductive habits like that brew in the background, you might one day grow addicted or just used to them, and that, my friends, could end up deviating you from the useful goal you previously wanted to reach. Because your priorities would change and you start sacrificing stuff to feed that stupid habit. Take this as a warning. So I like that the default initial score here is a bit negative with -1. After you count a step as productive or unproductive, it updates your score, as you can see here. Then they prompt you to state the reasoning behind your judgment. This is good because sometimes we mindlessly keep viewing random actions as steps, but this question encourages you to rethink whether the action was indeed relevant and significant enough to be counted as a step towards your goal. Nonetheless, I feel that this question should be asked before rather than after your points are updated. And it doesn't help that your comments won't even be recorded. My other complaint is that it's quite repetitive. When you get a point, they congratulate you, and when you don't, they ask you to review the 3 pillars of mindfulness on their website all the time. Another annoying thing is that they don't even define what really counts as a quote unquote step and what 1 point is actually worth. I mean, certain steps would definitely deserve more points, right? As they're bigger and more important, or simply take more, courage or knowledge or skills to complete. So the total score here can be potentially misleading. Plus, the extension window keeps cutting off and separates into 2 or 3. Regardless, you can review your progress over a day, week, or month to check how much you've improved. The next 2 extensions, which I like using simultaneously, serve as animal therapy. They offer virtual pets. I know, it's all online, but if you're desperate for a pet, something is better than nothing. In fact, some of these animals feel fairly real, as they're not just a static image of a real animal. Like, they move, they make sounds, they'll literally follow your instructions. They'll follow your cursor when you order them to. If you're feeling lonely on a tab, you can call them by clicking on the extension icon and they'll pop up. They'll show up on every web page you visit if you like. You've got control over them. Although some do exhibit naughtier behavior, but you can shoo them away from unsafe websites or tell them to stay in one place whenever you're not in the mood. It would feel more real if the extension made us feed or play with a pet and watch them sleep and grow up over time, but still, it's fun. At least you get to choose what pet you want to adopt. Although I agree, the options are very limited. If you'd fancy a black and white cat in particular though, use Chrome Cat. Once activated, it will stay with you like this. Now, meditators and nature lovers, the Zenland extension is for you. There's a wide range of guided meditation exercises you can choose from. I know it's not the only extension providing such a service, but unlike many, it doesn't have a single glitch. On top of that, you can connect with nature virtually because it has high quality sound recordings and GIFs of real beautiful scenarios. More mindfulness tips would be better, but it does provide important reminders. There are a bunch of stretching exercises and different ideas that you can perform for each session, and a Pomodoro mode. You should also know that this is a new tab, and the content on your new tab is critical because you see it so frequently, and every fresh news search starts with your new tab page. So, with Zen Mind, mindfulness is bound to be your central focus. Which of these do you like? Let me know about your views in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe for more.